2026. We're deep into 2026. I actually feel like Thames was a little bit. I think when Thames said crazy things are happening.
Yeah.
Crazy. I think that she should re-release this in 2026. Like maybe do a remix with I don't know who, Papoose or whoever.
Listen, but you should not, something like that. I think back in the day, people have said we are lawyer because
guys, honestly, like 2026. But I hope you guys are good. Let me introduce the show. Hi everyone, Ninjani. You're listening to Chat with Nat with me, Natasha. My friends call me Nat, so you can too. And I'm laughing because so we've got Amanda with us.
hey.
That's not why I'm laughing.
Why?
I'm laughing because so before today, right? I sent Amanda a message with just saying, oh, maybe this is what we can talk about, right? And then in the thing, I put intro, and then I put my name's Natasha. My friends call me Nat, so you can too, right?
Yes, you did.
And then I sent it to Amanda. I looked back and I was like, no, that's for me. And I was like, I'm sure it sounds so weird because I really literally write down like my name is Natasha. Because sometimes I forget how I do the intro. So when I sent it to you, and I was like, oh, Amanda must think, why did she put this? But no, let me introduce you properly. We've got here our Zimbabwean British director, all things film and reviews on TikTok, screenwriter, playwright. Have you done plays before?
I'm actually there's a play that I've been working on for a couple of years, but I'm like, I need to still go back to Zim. It's about Zim, so I'm just.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah. So I'm like,
oh, interesting. Yeah, so we've got here Amanda J Sibanda. Yeah. And yeah. I'm really excited to have you. Happy New Year. Do we still say Happy New Year almost at the end of January?
there it is. I mean, it's New Year. I think it's a recognition of the New Year. There's no happy about it. We're just like, hey, we're here.
Let me tell you something. I feel like this year, it started from before Christmas, right?
Yeah.
It started from before Christmas. Oh, thank you. It started from before Christmas, when no one was winding down. People were refusing to circle back in the new year. I don't know if it's maybe me, the work that I do, but I just feel like it was just go. Like no one was, winding down. And then, I was off work like between Christmas and New Year. And then when we came back, literally it was just like Happy New Year, like for the first hour, and then after that it was just like
back to business as usual.
Back to emails. My email from the 22nd of December. Did you see that email? So everything that I was just thinking, I'll deal with it in the new year. Hey.
Yeah, also
was it not
I think
waiting?
Usually people as well in that first week or so, everyone is still in that circle back mode for the most part. But I feel like this year, because there hasn't felt like there's a transition into the new year.
No.
And so I don't know whether people also try and hold on to their jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's
there's that thing where people are now, they're like, if I don't play my cards right.
Yeah. Because the job market is insane.
It is crazy.
I was speaking to a friend of mine, and I was just saying that the job market is so insane. Like, there's a role that I didn't apply for, but like certain jobs, they'll do like information sessions, right? So where you can like join a Zoom and the recruiting manager is telling you about I joined this thing and there were 218 people on the call. 218 people on the call. And that's not to say, like, I'm sure there were other people who couldn't be on the call. I was just like, no, this job market is insane.
Yeah, it's bad because I'm part of like the Directors UK as like an associate member.
Yeah.
And they have been doing like end of last year, they were doing a lot of courses. So like
Yeah.
upskilling, reskilling, that sort
Yeah.
of thing with directors. And there's so many directors who are not working. I mean, there'd be at least 50 people per session. And you're thinking 50 people who've got like 20, 30 years experience. And they're saying, yeah, it's really a hard market. And I remember even like someone saying, oh, I want to maybe even get into the space of like doing a channel, like a YouTube channel, whatever, like being informative. But also you're saying, oh, I'm not sure if I should. I don't know if people really want to know the stuff. And then I looked up his name and he was doing like great like animation, like Mr. Bean animation. And I'm like, this is someone who's having a bit of like a lack of confidence about that.
Yeah.
So that is how much like the work space is.
It is
hard.
It is insane. But that's interesting because I really want to have a conversation with you on like the whole everything that we're seeing like with universal buying whatever. But before we do, I wanted to check because I saw that you were talking about vision board and doing 2026.
Listen.
So how's your vision board looking like?
Listen, my vision board is looking great. It took a while, I think, because to 2025.
Yeah.
I'm a vision boarder, actually. Let me just put it that way.
Okay.
Like from a disclaimer perspective, every year I do a vision board and, I print it out and I put it by my desk. It's such a helpful motivator for me.
Yeah.
When I think about what it is that I want to do in that year and stuff and like what I'm looking forward to. And then end of last year, I was like, wait, I looked at my vision board and also because I would almost like mark the things that I've done or like, highlight the things that I've done. If I've traveled somewhere, I would highlight the, the name of like the country and whatever. And I looked at it, I'd only done half. And it made me really sad. And I was like, wait, have I just, because I know it's been a hard year. But then I looked at it and I was like, actually, no. When I look at it, the things that were realistic to me, I did.
Yeah.
It's only the things that I was like in La La Land about that I didn't do.
Yeah.
And so then that made me sad that actually I'd put that there and it's almost like I had set myself up to fail. And that's how I was like, actually, you know what? I need to do a vision board that's realistic. Okay. And that's how I came up with the template for like the realistic vision board because I was like, I need to be able to do things that I know I can do.
Yeah.
But also where I'm genuinely having a conversation with myself about what it is that I, like the steps that I can take to get there. Yeah. Because there are certain things, I remember like I'd put 5 countries in terms of travel on that vision board. And I was like, where was I going to get the money? Who did you think you, do you know what I mean? Like, where was I going to get the money? What lotto would I have won? And like on a realistic note, I was like, really, you were just dreaming. What was this? No, wake up. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can put 1 or 2 places per year in the way that your budget is set up. Yeah. The way that your finances are set up. There is absolutely no way you were going to do 5 countries last year. Yeah. And so then even with that, I was like, okay, fine. So now things have to be like really calculated, but also in a way that the vision board is not messy. Because I find that when I look at a lot of people's vision boards, like there's just image, collage. Yeah. And it's not based on any form of realism at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, there needs to be like more streamlined things. And even today I was thinking about it and I was thinking that part of the reason why people don't want to have only a certain number of images on their vision board is that we've been taught that we need to suffer in order, like you have to have this mindset of like, I'm going to die, get on the chopper, that kind of vibe every beginning of the year versus actually that feeling of, oh, actually there are these 9 things that I'm putting up there and they can be done. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like, that kind of hustle culture. Yeah. Rise and grind. Yeah. Monday is my favorite day of the week. that kind of, you know what I mean? That kind of mode. Like, that's the way that we're like, we need to approach the year. And you're thinking, no. Yeah. That equals burnout.
But what I like about your vision board, right, is because you also have like fun things that you want to do. Yeah. Which I was like, actually, that's cool. Like,
also because we never think about that. We never think about the social part because a lot of times all vision boards are about property, career, but it's like actually part of the vision is about you, and yourself, and who you envision yourself to be, right? Because even like the idea of vision board is like vision, visual. right? You're looking at the pictures, you're looking at something that you can see,
Yeah.
but also vision as an internally.
Yeah.
How do you see yourself?
Yeah.
What is it that you know what I mean? Like what you're projecting.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like it has to project back to you about who you are now,
Yeah.
but also who you're trying to be. So that has to be like, you know, that is it Nini? We see each other. We see each other. Yeah, that's the way that that's the way that it's supposed to be when you look at your vision board. And I think also it's not supposed to be terrifying. We have this thing where like we have vision boards that are just, you know, you look at it and you just think, when will I even? And then you stop looking at it because it terrifies you or it gives you anxiety or, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, I want you to look at it and look forward to something. And be like, no, you know what? We can get there.
So I can't put RPA. I can't put
no.
Yeah,
that's Professor. Although there's an opening. There's
an opening in the market.
2026 said net. I got you.
But he's actually going to be doing a play at the Old Vic.
But that's what and you see that. But that's what I mean is that
seats.
if you genuinely are about that life, that's what you're doing. You're saying he's got to play. You're trying to figure out, okay, so if he's got to play, where would he hang out? And listen, we all have. When I tell you, we all have 6 degrees of separation from the people that we, you know, are looking at. There is some way, and you can literally make yourself be there. So I think it's like you can't make someone, I suppose, maybe like you or love you, that kind of thing.
Of course,
but in terms of meeting someone like that, genuinely, it's an easy thing.
Especially like in these cities that we live. It definitely,
it's
it's not out of reach.
It's not out of reach. It's just how bad do you want it? And do you actually want it? Because sometimes it's like people, we like to have these dreams and they're nice, you know, as like almost like a way of escapism. And where you're not really, because then also it's like if you then get to meet him, then it's like, okay, then what's next?
No.
You know what I mean? So it starts to kind of be like, oh, okay,
those green eyes would overwhelm me.
Exactly. And then it's like, okay, you're overwhelmed, and then you go home, and then what next, right? But so it's nice sometimes just keep having that thing as the dream or whatever, and just like let that live in that space. But if you genuinely have like a dream about just meeting someone like that or even supporting their work. So like you're doing like right now in terms of saying, oh, there's a play that's going on. So you can figure out like getting tickets. But also people like that, they tend to like stay at the end of the play. They'll greet people. The stage doors are usually, you know, they're marked. People know those things and people wait there with their thingies like for like autographs and all that sort of stuff. So that's a possibility.
That's fair. Yeah. Before we move on from that, what's one realistic like goal for you that you can share? Like an example.
An example for me is that I shot 2 films last year. And so the realistic goal, so actually the realistic vision board, I've set it up into 3 different categories. So there's the now goals, the stretch goals, and the dream goals. So the now goals are like what you can do with your present circumstances if things don't change. And so for me, my now goal is about editing those 2 films. Right? Because the circumstances are going to be the same. I can do that for this year. And then my stretch goal is to go on holiday for my birthday, because I tend to go away on my birthday, but because I haven't really been fully employed for the last couple of, like, you know, to be a bit of a stretch. And the stretch is about an extra 10-20% of stretch. It's not trying to do like 100% overhaul. Because people try and do the whole kind of new me, new year versus a better me in 2026 versus, you know what I mean, like the new year.
Exactly.
And then the dream goal is about what do you want your life to look like? Right? So like the energy that you're trying to put into the world. And so for me, the energy that I want is to go back to the continent and direct. And so part of my dream goal is relocation. And relocation equals paperwork. So this year, I need to actively look at paperwork, look at, you know, do I need to apply to some governing bodies about my degrees, right? In terms of like making sure that they're accredited in the same way and stuff like that. What are the costs for visas, costs for permits? Even now, like I was looking and there's different police clearances.
Like where exactly would you want to go?
So right now I'm looking at South Africa. But like even the police clearance is a different police clearance to the CBS, whatever That's normal that we normally do here.
Yeah.
For like jobs and whatever. There's a different one that you have to do for that.
Right.
So now I'm in that research stage of doing that, and then also like with the budget that says, okay, so if I'm doing that police clearance, how much is it? Because there's application fee.
Yeah.
There's a fee for if you want copies.
Okay.
They make you pay if you want. I think you have to have a passport delivered. So there's like different little costs here and there, and I'm like, because I needed to be realistic.
Yeah.
I need to put every single cost down.
Yeah.
So even like SACA, like where I have to kind of put in like my master's degree from the London Film School, like to try and get it accredited to South Africa and stuff.
Yeah.
That in itself would cost, I think, a good £120.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So it's those little added costs that I now need to think about and then get into that space. So a lot of the stuff has to do with kind of film, but also, I mean, there's still the working out and, game nights and stuff because I love games.
You owe me an Uno. You owe me an Uno. I don't know if you want me to say why, but you owe me an Uno.
I owe Nat an Uno, but also, so when we shot one of the short films, which Nat is in, we stayed over as like the crew and we played Uno. Ooh, the game was vicious. Vicious.
What was that? Pardon?
So it was nationalities over. I mean, actually, it was literally us. It was Zimbabweans, Zambians, French.
Yeah.
Who else was there? Uganda. It was the house.
Caribbean,
so it was like a whole kind of. So can you imagine what it was like? I mean, it was just crazy. So Nat wants it around too.
Yeah, that was a great game night, and that was a great game night. But anyway, I'm gonna put the link of your vision board because guys, it's never too late to do a vision board because I downloaded yours and I haven't yet put my thing, so I'm still gonna do it.
Okay.
So we'll put a link. But whilst I have you here, because I know I think you love film as much as obviously you're in the profession, right? As an aside, right? Someone was saying to me, my aunt was saying to me, she was like, for someone who, she was being nice, she was like, you watch a lot of TV for someone who has a lot of things going on. But
I feel attacked.
My version is like for someone whose life is not where it should be. You sure do watch a lot of TV.
But I think part of it is escapism,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
That's part of like the way that it's also designed is escapism, a way of dreaming.
Yeah.
But also if you're into being in one of the biggest things that if you're into film, into TV, is watch a lot of film, a lot of TV.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell what's good film, what's good TV for you.
Yeah.
And then you can say, this is what I want to create, or if I'm going to create something that is like this is what made it, good. So what makes Bridgerton good? What makes Terminator good? What, do you know what I mean? Like all the genres.
Yeah.
What the genre that you want to get into, watch a lot of that.
Exactly.
Because those things will tell you everything. Because when you look at even film school, screenwriting school, whatever, one of the biggest things is to study the thing.
Yeah. But you see me, I don't even know if I'm clear what I want to do. but to be fair, I think I watch a lot of series to the point where I'm like, you know what, I think I could do this. But anyway, let's do like a quick, I wanted to do like a quick, like almost like film review, whatever. Because I know like on TikTok, you also review, you haven't been doing so you need to get on your Zoom, girl. But one thing that I want to talk about, I guess this is not a film, it's more, actually it's not even a documentary, it's a podcast. Oprah's No Contact, because I know you spoke about it on TikTok, right? If you guys haven't seen it, I think it's a really good episode where Oprah talks about she kind of causes this phenomenon of people going no contact with their family. Although, to be honest, it's not a trend. Like because
it's being discussed as a trend, but it's not a trend. It's just that people are talking about it more now.
Yeah, people talk about it more now, and I thought it was interesting, and also because like more recently there's been the Beckhams, Brooklyn Beckham. I don't know. I don't know too much about. I know he's married to like a girl from a wealthy family, and the last I saw, like letters had been sent to lawyers, I guess asking his parents not to try contacting him and whatever. Clearly, something's going on there, right? Which looks like a no contact. We know like Meghan Markle is another example with her dad. And and people talk about it like on TikTok and stuff like that. I have my thoughts and views, but I thought it was interesting for a number of reasons, because Oprah herself
has gone no contact with the mom at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know but they had a strained relationship, right?
It was very strained, but also it felt like there was a sense of duty on her part.
Of course, yeah.
Where even like when you saw them together, I remember like there's a time where I don't know why she went home.
Yeah.
She was shooting an episode for something.
Yeah.
And they were sitting in the kitchen.
Okay.
And her mom couldn't even look her in the eye. Like it was so cold. Like her mom was cold.
Yeah.
I mean by cold, I mean it was cold. It was like, okay. And you're Oprah's mom?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you're a bit like, oh, okay, I don't understand what's going on here. But then you start to realize, like, once she then kind of talked about why there was an estrangement, then you're like, oh, okay, no, I get it. I get it. And so for those like who are too young or who maybe were never like part of the Oprah show, is that her mom was in contact with the person that abused her.
Yeah.
And so I think for some time, Oprah didn't know.
Yeah.
And then later she found out.
Yeah.
And her mom doubled down on it.
Yeah.
Almost like, what are we supposed to do? Or like his family or whatever. And she was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how do you even reconcile that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so she still maintained her in terms of financially and whatever, still maintained her life and all that. But at the same time, there was definitely a point of like no contact. And so even when you look at this podcast, you can tell like Oprah's very in awe of people who are standing 10 toes down about it.
Yeah.
But also the fact that things have changed so much that people are on the side of the children. Because she's literally like, wait, people can actually see now that this is a form, you know what I mean? Like how it's important for a parent to treat their child. And what's important, I think, is also that it's adult children. And that is like when someone starts having autonomy on themselves, what that then looks like as a relationship with the parent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that in itself is like a big deal, because they talked about the idea of the role and the relationship. That a lot of people, the old school people, are like, well, I'm your mother, so I get to do or say what I want to say to you. Right? Versus actually that has changed into people wanting a relationship. They want you to relate to me in a different way, and I don't care what your role is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so a lot of people, I think, are finding it very difficult because the idea of parenthood has given them a sense of like, I am entitled to be in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that really shakes people when it's like, oh no, I actually have to also earn that kind of reciprocal relationship. Yeah. And I don't just get to be.
Yeah.
And then just exist in your life and I'm just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Yeah. I have to be your little friend as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when you're older, you kind of have to be my little friend. But also I think language has to change, because I find even for me with my mom, sometimes she'll say, oh, like, I'm your mom, I know best. No, you don't. If you did, there wouldn't be social services. Parents don't know best.
Yeah.
Right? And also too, it's okay for me to start, like, I can figure out my own life, if you know what I mean, to an extent, because you can advise me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just Badala, we're old now.
Yeah.
We're older.
Yeah.
So let me also have my life.
Exactly. But what I thought was interesting, right, is some people were like kicking Oprah's back in because they were, I think some people kind of thought she was, I think they didn't see it that way. They didn't think she was for the kids, right? I don't know. I think people were like watching it just because she really was impartial as she could be, right? And a lot of people, they're young. They don't even know her own backstory. Because I was watching this and I was thinking, this is so interesting. Because I'm like, I feel like I know why Oprah wanted to highlight this. Like, if you know the backstory.
Like, if you know, you know.
You know why she wanted to highlight this. But she was really like, oh. But then people were kicking her back in. However.
Also because people were watching clips.
Yes. Not
people
the
are
whole
not
thing.
watching the full thing.
Yeah. No, I watched the full. Okay.
Yeah,
I
go
hate
ahead.
to be that person.
No.
Okay. So I was watching. So I like watching things and I've been watching with a little like a little less police, like with a bit of investigative eye.
Yeah.
Okay, a few things. I get the whole no contact, but I do think that there is an element of social media, of language that does unintentionally make things trendy, right?
Yeah.
And I do think there is a misuse or wrong reliance, not misreliance, on therapy and therapy language that kind of makes, maybe it's a few percentage of people that if otherwise those things were not a thing, they wouldn't be going no contact, right? I do feel like sometimes it is a bit, okay, and then this is where I'm fully in my auntie mode,
yes,
right?
okay, yeah.
No, okay. Maybe this is not the time to really. We'll do another episode where I fully. People who know me, people who used to listen to Kelly's guys, like people know my thoughts on Meghan Markle. Y'all got it. Like, no, I'm. I appreciate her, but I'm not like Yeah, again, I also like I side highlight like you remember that character, I forgot, this guy who's like, like I'm a scammer. Oh, what was that?
Oh, Joan the scammer.
Anyway, listen, don't kill me, guys. But okay. What I noticed though, right? So even like when the examples that I gave, and this is where my auntie thing is gonna come in. So even on the Oprah show, there was the guy who had no contact with his parents because of who he married, right? Yeah, and he looked like he was like some kind of ethnic minority, right? I'm listening. I'm like, hey, like, oh man. And then they asked the girl, right? And then she's also no contact. So in my mind, I'm like, see, this is what happens when you meet someone, who they have their own reasons, maybe legitimately so, are not close with their own family. It does influence you, because like the Meghan and Harry, like I feel like if people are gonna kill, but when I saw that, I said, see, this proves my theory. No, if you're with someone who is no contact with their family, lawe, soon you're gonna be no contact with your family.
I don't believe that at all, because I think part of it is that sometimes we meet people who are a reflection of ourselves. Okay. Who are a mirror. Yeah. And so you start to look and you see possibilities. In that you understand, because I do think that there's an element of, even when you look at Harry, that there was a numbing that he was doing, being part of that family. Right. So if you look at even like the whole Nazi uniform, the whole drunk, like he was the drunkard, he was the this, that, and that, and the other. Yeah. And so I think part of it was him realizing that, oh, actually there's a possibility of a different life. Okay. Look at how she has done that and she is living her best life. Yeah. And actually, you know what? What am I doing? What is it that I'm gaining? Because if you look at that, the same family that said, oh, they're not going to give you protective thingy when you come to the UK. Yeah. They're willing for you to die. Yeah. Because you're with her. To die, Nat. Yeah. To die. Although, guys, if you're willing for me to... no, it's okay, thanks. But have you seen the latest that they've now said he's going to get protective... After how long? Yeah. So also they have been shamed into protecting him. Okay. They're not even protecting him out of their own. It was like, oh, you know what? Actually, they have been shamed by the public as well. Yeah. And also shamed by what? What's happening on the other side with the uncle. So they need to balance the scales of public opinion. Yeah, of course. And so to me, that is one of the worst things as well, is that if people have to shame you into thinking that I'm worth something. Yeah. And also, too, that protection for me would be suspicious. Because part of it is that they want to know what you're doing, because at the end of the day, they were the ones studying the stories about him.
Yeah. No. I think that the Harry and Meghan is obviously complicated because clearly, I mean, just going by what we've seen, those boys were not like nurtured, right? They had like butlers and whatever. Like no one was really like raising them. But I think I have a prediction. And actually, I think I saw this Christiana Mbakwe Medina. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She does this pop syllabus. I think Harry is gonna be back with his family in the fall. Let me tell you why.
Why?
He has no discernible skill. Oh God, I shouldn't really say this, but Meghan Markle's working hard for that family. She is doing everything. She is cooking, doing lasagna, whatever. She's working. But
she is willing to do that for her man.
Because Harry, like, he's.
But I think in a lot of ways, their relationship, part of the reason why it works is because then he gets to be a kept husband as well.
She's working. My girl is working hard.
Yeah, so she is like, and but so I think she's also happy for him to be a kept husband as well, because I think it keeps him there.
Really? But I feel like she was missold. She thought, like, she's getting this. But anyway, we'll see.
But she's still getting the prince in title. I think when she steps outside, she's still getting the dopamine of being a Sussex.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so I think that I don't think she's willing to let that go.
Oh, yeah, no, she's not willing to let. And I think Harry is also realizing that this hustle life in America is hard.
It's
so
real.
I think there's also a part of him that's like, okay, hi, Dad.
I actually don't think it'd be hi, Dad. I think it'd be him leaning more into the whole Invictus thing, but like where it pays him.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of things he's been like very, charity, humble, I'm a philanthropist. But I think now he's going to be like, hey, where's my check?
But remember I don't even want to talk about this because this story really upsets me. The charity, I'm forgetting the one that he set up. Then there was the black woman who came, and I think she's Zimbabwean. The one who came and basically was saying she experienced racism.
Oh no, I don't remember that.
It was a whole thing because I think the charity has folded now. I'm forgetting the name, but
okay.
It was I think she was Zimbabwean, like this lady. But anyway. Okay. What else have you been watching? Film wise, what's interesting? I know I'd asked you about there was this thing on Netflix, where they said Idris Elba was the president.
Oh, House of Dynamite.
House of Dynamite. That was no. I watched it, and you're the first person I sent a message to because first of all I was like, "What is this ending?"
Listen, the ending caught me off guard. I was, when you're ready with your popcorn to be like, right.
Yeah.
Now, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
And the credits came on and I literally was like, when you pick up your remote and you start looking behind it, like as if there's something that's going to happen.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm just like, wait, did I miss something? And I remember kind of rewinding and then seeing, oh no, this is the ending. And then also, like how Netflix takes you out of the credits. And I was like, no, I'm going back into the credits because there has to be something after the credits. Yeah. There has to be.
Yeah.
And there was nothing.
And
I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this nonsense?
But I tell me if I'm wrong. I thought probably from a, I don't know if you're like a film buff, the way they shot it, the different angles. So this is not a spoiler. So if you haven't watched A House of Dynamite, please do. But if you've watched it, because it shows the same event from different angles. So for the longest time, we only hear the president. We don't see the president.
Yeah.
And then there's like, different people, like there's an army general or something. But I just thought it was interesting the way because I feel like they didn't miss, it was so in sync. And I was just thinking, I can only imagine what's gone into
because for me, the director, Kathryn Bigelow, she is an incredible storyteller. Yeah. Like in terms of the way that she tells stories, also because she does it in a way that looks like a documentary. Yeah. And so that's the part that I think she's got down. Yeah. My only problem is the fact that it's all American propaganda. She is so good at propaganda. It's actually just like, I'm like, oh.
Oh, by the way, it was supposed to be like a nuke or something.
Yeah, so like a nuclear thing that's coming from somewhere. They don't know as well which country is responsible. So they're talking about Russia, Korea, whatever, and they're trying to get a confirmation from each country. Yeah. And also it's almost like each country has to be answerable to the United States.
Right.
Again, it's like it's those kind of narratives, and also whether if they let it go or they basically shoot it, it's going to dissolve somewhere that is going to be on American soil. So can they actually sacrifice those people as collateral damage?
Yeah.
And also, why should they be collateral damage to this thing, you know? Yeah. And also then is that going to go into full-scale war because are they going to blame another country and not them? Because that could have been them too. Could have been someone from the States who's also orchestrating this thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's that immediate assumption of enemies.
Exactly.
And terrorism and, you know, all that sort of like conversation.
Yeah.
And so for me with her, that's always been like, I suppose my biggest kind of, But at the same time, I watch her films because I'm like, part of understanding propaganda is looking at who's making it and how they're making it. What are some of the
big films that she's done?
So she's made Zero Dark 30, which is about when they captured Osama bin Laden.
Oh, okay, I haven't
And
seen
then
that
one that she won an Oscar for is called Hurt Locker, and it's about, I think so, like these soldiers who are in, is it Iraq? And they are dismantling bombs and whatever. But also even with that, it was about showing how America is great in these countries and they're there to save people and, you know, that sort of thing. So she ended up winning the Oscar over her ex-husband, who is James Cameron. At the time, I think he had done Avatar.
Yeah.
And so part of it for me was that I think she won it because it was a propaganda film. I mean, it was done well. Again, she's a fantastic director.
Yeah.
She did it really well. But also at the same time, I think it pushed an agenda. That they needed. And so they needed more people to watch that film at that time.
Yeah.
Because Avatar has already been watched anyway.
Yeah.
And so if you can have like a public... also FU to James Cameron, who isn't playing by the rules of Hollywood as well.
Okay.
So part of it was for me with that was kind of the play. Because when she won, I remember like the camera's going to him and it's like, but why are you going to him? Well, you shouldn't be going to the person who won.
That's a tense...
That's literally, I'm like, there's a chess thing being played there.
That is so interesting. Like the fact that, you know, they're both in the same field. I mean, wow.
Yeah, because she was his producer. So like when he was doing things like Terminator and stuff like that, she would be working with...
He did Terminator as well, James Cameron.
James Cameron,
Oh, he's legend.
Yeah. Terminator, Titanic, he's done the big things, and that's why he's able to do things the way that he wants to do them.
Okay.
And so Hollywood doesn't like the idea of not being able to control you.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. What else have you been watching? I did want to ask about South African. Well, South Africa. I say South Africa because from Southern Africa, a lot of the content, like on Netflix or on streaming sites, is from South Africa, and I always enjoy it. But I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts, because sometimes I watch it and I'm kind of like, this is good, but it's always very like the glamorous side of.
I think there's glamour, but also even the adoption of I think the way in which Western films and TV do things. Yeah. So there's that one. Is it Marked? Is it called Marked? The one where they are doing a heist.
Okay.
It's like a series. And even the way that the police are, it's very almost like Governor. Kind of, and you're like, but that's not what the police system is like. And I get the idea of trying to maybe do it in a, I don't even say aspirational, but like where you're trying to change how things are, like you're trying to create your own little space. But I'm like, there is so much drama and stuff in realism within the culture and the way that we understand. And so you don't have to keep trying to make it very appealing, I think, to Western culture in a way. Yeah. You can tell stories in a way that's very real to African narratives. Yeah. And that's okay. And so even when you look at the whole thing of like the opulence that you're seeing in some of the shows, part of it is about, Africa is not poor. Yeah. We get it. Yeah. Africa's not poor. And so there should be things that show that, but it's like there's almost an overcompensation of it. Yeah. In a way that I'm like, yeah, but you can really tell, I think, balanced stories. I think my biggest thing though is more the visuals
Yeah.
Everything is very like, when the story starts, there's like a drone shot and then it's like,
yeah, yeah, that's how they do it. It's always the drone.
And do you know what I mean? And you know it, and there's always like the radio going on, and then there's like the music, and then it's like, hey, today, and it's like, but that's become this thing that I get. It's become almost stylistically South African, but at the same time, like there is ways in which you can tell a story that doesn't involve that. And I think there's a way in which people are it's almost like you're being pigeonholed, because I think if you're not doing that, it's almost like you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also don't like that, because I'm like, Africa is a place of storytelling, like from oral stories to, Ama cave paintings to, we have been telling stories. So we should actually tell it our way. But I think that's why even when you look at the whole thing of like Warner Brothers and Netflix, is the idea of like how things then end up becoming very monolith and very like monopolized, because how Warner Brothers is going to start doing things is the Netflix way.
Yeah, to be honest, I have a question. What is that? Like, because I didn't understand. What does it mean when it says Netflix has
it's an
bought?
It's an acquisition. Like they're now part, like whatever Warner Brothers is doing or has on their slate.
Because they do movies, right?
They do movies, they do TV. They do
and they've got like actual like plots, like studio.
Yeah.
So did Netflix buy that as well?
Everything. That's the thing. They're buying that whole shebang.
So so for you, for example, so for people in your field who are directors or even like what does that mean, I guess, for you guys, and what does that mean for us as audience? Because I'm tired of different subscriptions, please. Like,
what it would mean is that then you probably would be subscribing mainly to the Netflix thing, but then they'll put up their prices because they now have a bigger catalog, right? So now they have the Warner Brothers catalog. In terms of the stuff that they've done, the movies and whatever, and their back catalog. So they'll put that onto Netflix and then they'll just hike up the prices. But then also what it means from the perspective of, I say with audiences, that part of the reason why people need to be alert about it is that the movies that will be released in 2027, for example, or 2028 are being made now. Which means that whatever is being made now is being made with the Netflix stamp and whoever is in charge of Netflix. So if Warner Brothers had a different way of doing things and there was more of like choice, that choice becomes less and less and less, and you only realize that in 2 or 3 years' time when you're now going to the movies, because then the movies will stop being the same.
Okay,
or having the same.
Will we even be going to the movies?
Well, that's the thing. So that was one of the biggest pushbacks, is that one of the CEOs, I think co-CEO or whatever of Netflix, said that people don't need to go to the theater anymore, and so that's almost like, well, we're gonna have to like kind of not have films either like on like in the cinema for a long time, or not even at all. So you're insinuating that they will probably even just do things straight to streaming services, and people push back, and then now they're like, oh, okay, no, what we meant is it'll be more limited.
Yeah, so I went to see F1, right? The Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, which was amazing. I think if you're like a Formula One buff, maybe you saw like a lot of holes with that movie. I went to see it at cinema. And I hadn't been to cinemas since COVID, right? Yeah. So I'm probably part of the problem, right? Because I'm not going to cinema. But I was like, oh my God, this is such a good experience. This is so nice. And then, like, I was on Apple, like literally a few weeks, and it was now on Apple. And I was kind of like, interesting. I was like, okay, great that I went to cinema. But I was like, oh man, before it would be a month or something before it kind of goes to like DVD or whatever. But then now, literally, it means that you now have a choice. And even there's the Spike Lee, the Denzel, I forget. It was on.
I didn't even
Apple.
see it in the theater. I think it probably had a limited run, maybe limited cinemas.
So now you're having things in cinema for like 2 weeks, a month,
and also not every cinema.
Yep.
So they also do that, where they will have something come out, but then they'll put it in a certain cinema where it's... Because some cinemas are very expensive.
Yeah.
Also, the cinema experience has become expensive. People want to go to the cinema, they just can't afford it.
Yeah.
Right? It's become a luxury. And I think it's a luxury for me as one person. What about parents with 5 kids?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or like a family of 5.
Yeah.
You think about the tickets, you think about the popcorn, you think about the drinks, you think about all the other things. And so it becomes this thing that is now a luxury.
Yeah.
Right. But people still do it. I mean, like if you go to the cinema on a weekend, you will still find people are there, families are there. But it's not because people don't want to go to the cinema. They do. It's just become not as affordable as it used to be. Because cinema is still a genuine experience.
Yeah.
But also, again, what people need to watch out for is that part of the reason why certain entities don't want you to go to the cinema is because when you go to the cinema, there's a collective experience.
Yeah.
And now everything is being pushed to individualism.
Yeah.
So you watch things at home by yourself and you're isolated and guess who you're speaking to?
Yeah.
Your phone.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is that I'll just do the algorithm.
Yeah.
To say that what I'm doing is...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then everything just gets controlled in that way.
Oh man, that is crazy. But anyway, before we go, because I even actually wanted to talk about Zim, and the non-existent.
I'm glad you asked that because what the analogy that I can give to people is that the whole Netflix deal is what happens if from now on you get to watch ZBC for 5 years.
Jesus.
Only. That's what Netflix is doing. That's what the problem is.
Yeah.
So what they think, what they decide, that's what's going to be mainly available to you if they keep acquiring all these other things. And so that's what you need to be scared of. Yeah.
So I have a question, right? So I subscribe to Netflix, right? I've got Amazon Prime, which obviously has Prime Video. Although this is now a scam because certain things now
are £2, £3, £9.45.
Exactly. You now have to buy. So sometimes, what I do is, so Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple, Disney, right? So with Apple, Disney, if there's something, I subscribe. If not, I'm not subscribed. But for some reason, Netflix is just like my staple, even though sometimes it feels like there's nothing to on watch. Netflix,
you can scroll like for 10 minutes and
so
not
I guess my
find
question is, for you as someone who's like a film buff and like which service really has like more quality programming?
My first choice would be Disney.
Okay.
But the problem is Disney's politics. And that's the thing that why people unsubscribe to it, right? The whole conversation about, I think, cancelling Jimmy Kimmel and Palestine and whatever. And so that's the problem with Disney. Oh, but for value for money, they are, to me, the best. Yeah. Netflix is more or less pop culture choice.
Okay.
About what's happening. People tend to watch Netflix and then have a conversation about what's on there.
Yeah.
So that's why people don't want to miss out on it, because then you miss out on conversations.
Yeah.
And so that's why they're also going into like the live thing where you can watch the boxing. Like I watched the Anthony Joshua thing on there. WWE is now on there. Yeah. And so they're taking on more live events. Yeah. And so it's become this space of like conversation.
Yeah.
And then other things are like more niche. So that's why it's like they would tend to be the main two. Yeah. And then maybe things like, I don't know how you get HBO, but HBO was great in that it's got a different way of thinking. Yeah. So a lot of their stuff, I think they're willing to put money into the weird and the not ordinary and the not what's out there. They're willing to actually really like take a chance on stories.
Exactly. Because Insecure was HBO, right? I think
Insecure, even things like Game of Thrones, that's HBO, right? And so there's a way of thinking there that's different to everyone else. Yeah. And also they put more money and that means that less projects. Whereas Netflix is like a bit less money. Yeah. And then they pump out a lot of stuff. Yeah. And that's also how they can then, I think, be in so many different territories. Yeah, yeah. In terms of content they make. So,
do you know what this means? You have to come back because this. So Amanda's going to be in another episode in a few weeks, which we did, and then but yeah, because like Tyler Perry, and like I have so many questions, and I really wanted to talk about like the whole thing, like in terms of just because we had really great films, Neria, Yellow Card, and all that. But anyway, we have to go. Recommendation: what film do you think people should? I'm also thinking about like Oscar season and all this. Like, do you if you were to give people something to watch?
That's the thing. I think Oscar season, actually, there hasn't been a lot that I can recommend, if I'm being honest. A lot of things that are being pushed are things that have such a white male gaze. So I think Oscars last year, I'll say go back to the list of Oscars last year. So stuff like American Fiction, for example, that they did, it was such a well-written film. I think was there Past Lives. I think that was on Netflix at some point. It's a Korean film. Beautiful. I mean, it's a film that made me emotional. And I didn't even realize that. This year, Sinners. I mean, Sinners is not going to really be, because I think the politics of it again. Politics. But if you haven't watched Sinners, watch Sinners.
So, American Fiction, Past Lives, Sinners.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. But anyway, no, thank you so much, Amanda. I'm going to put a link to like vision board, everything. And thank you guys. Thank you for watching. And yeah, January is coming to an end. We're almost payday is about to come. So, but anyway, thank you so much, guys. You've been listening to me, Natasha. Make sure you like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, all the good stuff. Lisa Leguhle.
Siyabonga.
Bye.